back from the ocean and heading out again. Today might be 9/11, but too far to take a day odyssey to the World Trade Center. Oops, can't go there anyway. It no longer exists. But I'll dedicate this to all those who survived 9/11, all those brave folks who lived long enough to watch this video. And I hope they are. Hope they watch and get a charge out of it. For all those survivors of 9/11, just for you. And the rest of you too. A real shame so many folks died on that day. And your bullfrog's heart goes out to all of them. As I said, hope the survivors are watching. And for the record, I've got a cousin who saw the plane hit the Pentagon. Because at the time she worked at USA Today, down in DC, wherever that is, Arlington, Alexandria, whatever. And she claims to have seen the plane that hit the Pentagon. That must have been a sight. I guess you have to have a good debriefing after that one. Who needs terrorists? Got enough of them on the road these days. And back then, 9/11 was a day much like today. Sunny and warm. Where was I? Doing a brake job on my Dodge Caravan. Back when I could still handle doing brake jobs. Believe it or not. What were you doing on that day? That's what I thought. Anyway, as they say, we shall never forget. I hope. We used part of this route going down to the ocean in our last Odyssey video. Can't go quite that far today though. This is about 6 hours later than we left to go to the ocean. Again, all the usual things like Cliff's Liquors and Cliff's Auto Parts, both of which I have a use for. And Conowingo Dam over the Susquehanna. I'm getting tired of crossing this thing. Time to get off the beaten path, hang a right, and my first time on this path. I'm missing a Ravens game to bring it this, so you better be watching, make it worth my while. But now I know where I am, a place I showed you back in December of 2015, the Octoraro Secondary. Where it meets the Colombian Port Deposit line, way up there. Well, the secondary passes beneath the Port Deposit line, and it has to wait until the deposit line is down to the same level before the two can join, which happens around Port Deposit. And beneath this bridge, again, the Octoraro line, all grown over. Can't even tell anything back there. And again on the road, I haven't been on yet myself. So you're seeing this for the first time, just as I am. Unless, of course, you're watching this video a second time. And then you're seeing it a second time. But something tells me I'll soon come to a road I'm familiar with. Liberty Grove Road, I've heard of this one. I'll hang a right, see what happens. After all, gotta come to something sooner or later. And now we're in some community. Not far from Port Deposit. Yeah, my first time seeing all this. So where does this road go? I guess I'll soon find out. And apparently we're now up out of the valley, but still haven't come to anything substantial, that is. What's happening up here? Hey guys, on the wrong side of the road. What are they doing? Oh well. Today's youth. But they didn't look that young though. You'll head down this way, see what's happening. But this is a real old-fashioned odyssey. Picking roads at random. That takes me back to the 70s when I did it this way. And now on the road I took you over for the day odyssey back in December of 2015. The original route from Baltimore to Philadelphia. This way. I'm not going to stay on it though. In fact, up here I'll hang a right. Head for some familiar territory. .276 and .275. How consecutive. Consecutive, that's a good adjective there. And sure enough, made it to a familiar place. Remember this? I know you do. We have a yellow aspect there. Normally it goes yellow, then a little while later it goes green and a train comes. So let's hang for a bit and see what happens. And now the signal's green, so we could be in for a westbound treat. But down by the crossing, something just pulled up. I guess we're about to get a meet between two trains. And they're in the siding waiting for the westbound train to come by. They're going east. Now if this line was still 2 tracks, we wouldn't be getting this meet. Yep, we're about to get a westbound movement. And sure enough, And now that one's going to start up and come this way. They got to wait for that switch to be thrown there. Or has it been already? I guess that switch just got thrown. When I looked at it just now, it didn't look thrown. And I think there's one part of a switch known as a frog. Yes, indeed. Switches have frogs. Sorry about that. And I bet somebody will comment telling me what horn that is, or what Q that is. CSX trains begin with Q something or other. All right, let's have it. More horn action. Nice engineer. He waved. The engineer even waved at us. Probably calls it her. Yeah, she gets horn action. You horny engineers. And now we're here. Remember this place? I know you do. And as per usual, the reason we're here. We got a couple of toots out of that engineer too. At least they give a toot today. And now departing on what used to be US 40 before they put in the 4-lane highway. And over there, Principio Furnace. Going back a couple hundred years. But you can't check out that history because the sign says no trespassing. To me, history should be accessible, but that's just me. And now in the modern day US 40, and approaching Red Toad Road. I used to have those. I used to tell people, if you haven't got a red toad, get one. The last I passed here, there was a bad accident, and pieces of someone's car were in the road. A trail of car parts along this road after the accident. But that was something. Follow the car parts. I'm now passing through Elkton, the town of Elks, ever got the name. Elktonians? Whatever you call somebody from here. And I believe this is part of the original US 40 again, that I was on before, back at Principio Furnace. Don't pass through here very often. We are Elkton, alright. And for the first time up here, downtown Elkton. And again, the first time ever I'm seeing this. Just like you. Awful lot of stop signs though. Just like Annapolis, same thing. And up there, the spires of Elkton. The first time seeing all this myself. But I might have passed through here on some night ride back in the 80s. Can't recall right now. If so, this is the second time. Or at the very least, the first time during the day. And now departing on the original US 40. A new road to grab some video on. Or different road, whatever. This is the third generation of Philadelphia route. We're not going quite that far though. And we just now crossed into Delaware. So once again, out of state and out of mind, as the expression goes. But here we depart the original Philadelphia route in favor of heading for Newark. And this was the old road at one time. Newark, we'll soon see that again. And again, here we are, waiting for some action. And she's getting bored already. You can't get bored waiting for a train. No such thing. Interesting thing here, this station goes back to the days when there were separate waiting rooms for ladies and gentlemen. Here, I'll show you. There's the door to the one-time ladies' waiting room. And the door to the one-time gentlemen's waiting room, as it says above the door. Wonder how far back that would have been. And again, about to get what I came for. LED headlights, all right. How about something going north? A twofer just for you. And now departing Joe Flacco's hometown with some bright sun in front of us. Good, behind the trees now. I can see the road again. Now back in Maryland, and again the bright sun. When the sun's behind the trees, it's not so bad. But drive too far, and again you're blinded. Lucky I caught this here stop sign. And once again, I can see where I'm going. For now. Now we're in Elk Mills. And again approaching CSX. But I don't think I'll wait this time. I got a couple of CSXs already. We've stopped here before. And now on this part of the road for the first time ever. So we got several first time evers today on this 911. At least the trees block the sun and make the road easier to see. But what happens up here? I guess I'll bear left. The obvious route appears to go that way. Still first time seeing this for me, as well as for you. Good right turn. Without stopping. Gee, thanks. Limit's only 30 and I'm getting tailgated. That's what I'm saying. We don't need terrorists bothering us. We can terrorize ourselves perfectly well, thank you. We do it to each other every day. But if folks from the outside come in and terrorize us, we're all up in arms about it. We do it to each other every day. And now we're someplace with one of those inane traffic circles. All right, let me negotiate it. Hold on. And continuing on. Let's see where we end up. At least back at that circle, I lost my tailgater, excuse me. All right, got a stop sign. Where are we at now? Looks semi-familiar. Have I ever seen this before? Just watch. I'll probably end up back where I started. Yes, almost sunset. And now where might we be? Which way, which way? Just turned south. Let's see where this one takes us. What's beneath this bridge? It could be a clue. Oh, I-95. I think I know where I'm headed now. Now on a different road, but again heading into the sunset. Picking my way through roads I haven't seen before. Just like back in the 70s when I did that. This is strange. And again about to cross I-95. I would assume. Yep. Look what I just came to. The Gilpin's Falls covered bridge. A couple of years back, I did an Historic Maryland video on this bridge, which I know you watched. More history for you there. But at least now, on a road that I know, but now back on the road I'm familiar with. In fact, they're down out of sea to the ocean. We use this road going the other direction, the other way, which goes back to Newark. Now here it is this direction, in the sunset. Nice sunset clouds. Now coming into rising sun one more time. Although technically now it should be called setting sun. Welcome to setting sun. As mentioned before, this was once part of US 1. And now back at the current US 1. And going south on it, which we have to do to get back to the city, obviously. Here's where I turned earlier. Earlier turned that way, down a road I took for the first time. Remember? Anyway, now we have a night odyssey. And we get to recross Conowingo Dam from this direction. This is different. And there's the power plant. They used to let you in before 9/11. Oops, that's today. They used to allow you in before today. Whatever. And here's the gas price these days. Same at this one. But oddly enough, in this county, the gas is even cheaper than at the wholesale clubs. Go figure. Now time for another road. Traffic on this road is too strange. That's the way we came up. I'm going back this way. In fact, this is the former route, northbound. Before the coming of US 1, there was this road, known as Harford Turnpike. But now just Harford Road. I'm about to pass a spot where it took you on a walk to that old quarry. The path begins up ahead on the left, just over the bridge. Do you recall? Yeah, that way's the path somewhere. Yeah, these two-lane roads are less boring, but they take longer to get where you're going. And you get weird traffic sometimes, either too fast or too slow. And now we're on Glen Arm Road. And coming into its namesake. Up ahead, on the left, the former Monpile Railroad Station. There was a crossing here at one time, long gone. There is a station. Oops. Somebody snuck up behind me while I was photographing the station. But once again, I got a terrorist back there. I mean tailgater, excuse me, tailgater. Well, both the same thing. And all of a sudden, back in suburbia. We all had a real good time, didn't we? We had a real good time. Wait, that's a song from the 70s by Edgar Winter. We all had a real good time. And at long last, back in the hood. You knew I was going to say that, didn't you? On this September 11th. Again, thanks to all those who defended us on this day 15 years back. And sorry to hear about those who didn't make it. But I hope all you survivors enjoyed this. I'll see you again.